Good morning, guys. Started out the day here with one more job on the truck. Just recently did the bearing on the passenger side, and while I was working on it, realized the tie rod end here on the other side, the boot was torn. So I figured, hey, let me check both sides, and not supposed to move this thing so easily. We're just gonna go ahead and replace the whole thing. Might as well do both sides, the inner and outer. I'll show you how to do that. All right, guys, I'm gonna start with a crescent wrench. You've got some, in this particular model, 2006 GMC. It is a gear type steering instead of ring and pinion. You got some grooves here that you can actually place your big wrench, and it's gonna be tight. Get my foot and push on it counterclockwise. And then once you break it loose, you can probably do it by hand. Yeah, that's loose there. So I just want to make sure we could break it loose there before we loosen anything else. We're going to take the nut off. I don't see any cotter pin on this one. By the way, to loosen this end is counterclockwise, just like any other type nut. I'll see if I can hammer it out real quick. Not too bad. Now we're just going to continue to unscrew over here. Now I haven't loosened this nut, which is to adjust, because I want to measure the old one to the new one. You can see this one was pretty worn out. The boot was compromised, and we're almost there, peeps. Here, I'm sorry if my head's in the way. The way this works is you grease it up from the bottom, pushes grease in, and there's a hole in the end of this, and it greases that whole joint. This, like I said, was all pretty much compromised. And we'll put the new one in, simple as that. So I hope. Let's compare the new parts, and since I haven't changed anything, we're going to straighten this out as best we can. You shouldn't be able to move that easy. You're going to measure from that section, this flat section, all the way to the end over here. And that'll get you to where your tires are pretty much where they were before. Like I said, you still should get in alignment. This is the way the tie rods come. This is the inner. This is the outer. Comes with its nut right here. This comes with this adjusting nut. We're going to screw this on. Now, if you were just doing the outer, you would have loosened this one while it's all put together. Again, counterclockwise, it would have gave you some slack. Then you could have popped this joint and unscrewed, just like I'm screwing this on. You could have unscrewed that. And then you put your new one on. Let's put this puppy back on, and it already comes with Loctite. There it goes. Yep, you see it right. I'm wearing an old pair of blue scrubs. I wanted to match the tie rod boots, and I am doctoring on the truck. But really, I wear these old pair of scrubs that I no longer need. They're comfortable. They work good for working on vehicles, getting them dirty, and not messing up my clothes. We'll grease that when we're done as well. Let's measure and see what we got. I like it. Let's get the nut started. Now this is a castle nut, which means it's got these little grooves like a crown or a castle. And that's so the cotter pin can go in through the hole in this thing, and get a torque wrench, tighten it up, tighten this up, put the grease fitting up here, pump some grease, done. Then we'll do the opposite side same way. So now you know how to change the outer tie rod or inner tie rod. All right, guys, now we're torquing it to spec. So we're gonna go about 37 to 40. So we're gonna tighten it up, then we'll check for the hole to see if it lines up, and we may have to tighten it up a little more to get to that. I thought it was 18. No. Well, I did have an 18 to remove that. Guess the new nut is a little bit bigger. Well, thanks. So my new one is now gonna be 19. And I read 55 for this nut and 80 to 85 for the inner. That's snug. We'll grease it up and get in alignment. All right, guys, hopefully that was helpful. And hopefully you don't get bored with my working videos. I do have some outdoorsy camping and exploring videos. I do a little bit of it all. That's just my channel. So I'm just showing you that you can have fun and you can do these jobs as well and save some money, especially with the economy. Just hope you enjoy the videos. Y'all take care, and this way y'all see that it's not all about fun all the time. It's life.